So you're looking at the admin screen for Kinetica, and if I just click on this stats dropdown, we're going to show you it's a modest 3-node cluster, right? So there's 3 nodes that are serving up this data. It's an internal demo environment. There could be even other folks actually working from this cluster as I'm doing this demo. And if you notice, it's storing about 3.7 billion rows of data and serving about a terabyte of in-memory. So let's talk about how you land data quickly onto Kinetica. So if I go to this data tab, right, so here we see what we call a bunch of collections, right, which are just there to help organize data into logical groups. And within each collection are tables that we'll be connecting to from Tableau. And note that we've kind of named them. They're the bunch at the bottom with the, starting with trade results, and we're kind of highlighting how they were sourced. Whether it was a streaming tool, whether it's Hadoop with a MapReduce job that's ingesting directly to Kinetica, whether it was ingested with open source tools for file extracts. We can provision views, we can copy tables, all that good stuff. So just kind of named it that way so you could get a sense for the different places that this data came from and was landed on Kinetica. And the data set's a dummy financial data set with hundreds of millions of rows to showcase some query scale from Tableau. So now I'm going to click on one of the tables. I'm going to go into the extract files. And here you'll see it's a representative financial data mart for analyzing trade data. It's a couple of large facts, some modest dimensions. There's one-to-many and many-to-many relationships in here that you might find in a typical data mart schema. And if I click on a table and go into the table design, you can see the various data types. But what we want to call out is, you'll notice there's an index. It is database. You can tune for query performance, but for the purposes of demonstration, we're not going to put any indexes on this data, so we can show how fast the brute force compute capability of our database that leverages the power of GPUs and CPUs before we do any further tuning.